partners, BW Design Group. BW's Design Group continues to raise the bar in the Infor ecosystem, delivering top industry experiences, innovative solutions, and measuring results for customers across the community, as well as the country. Today, we'll be focusing on integration that scales, building resilient digital workflows, a little bit of a tongue twister, sharing insights and best practices to help you move your organization forward. This webinar is being recorded and will be shared in the next few days in the BW Design Group, as well as included in the Monday morning newsletter. Please join us today. Feel free to ask any questions in the lower right-hand corner where you can type your message. And I would like to now welcome the BW Design Group. Jay, would you like to introduce your team who's presenting today?
Sounds good. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jay Gopinath. I'm the managing partner with the Design Group based out of St. Louis. And I have the awesome responsibility for providing leadership for a cross-functional team in the US and India. On the call with me, a couple of my colleagues, Girish, who leads our XA practice. Girish has been with Design Group for a little over 2 decades. He's been leading our Infor XA practice and has almost 30 years of functional experience in manufacturing. Also on the call is Vinay Gautam, who's going to do the bulk of the talking and the presentation today. He's our XA delivery leader with over 20 years of experience providing technical solutions for our clients on Infor XA, Power BI, Infor OS, and so forth. So we're really excited to have this team talk to you a little bit more about how we have used Infor OS and how we have used that specifically to handle some challenging situations with our clients. Vinay, could you get the next slide, please? So this is an overview. We'll talk a little bit about Infor OS. We'll give you a background of why Design Group, what's the edge we have. We also have a couple of examples on how we have used Infor OS with integration with Salesforce and XA and so forth. And we'll have some demonstrations so that you can see some practical applications on how this technology is used. So it's not just theoretical. You're also able to see some practical applications. And finally, we'll have some time saved at the end for question and answers and any questions you may have. So next slide, please, Vinay. Next slide. So why Design Group? And here's a few slides to kind of set the tempo, if you will, before I transition this to Vinay. We are a company that is born from manufacturing. And what do we mean by that? At Design Group, we are powered by a manufacturer's mindset. This means that we don't just believe in delivering technology. We believe in providing a deep understanding of manufacturing solutions, operations, blending it with our technical expertise. Our parent company, Barium Companies, many of you may know, is a large OEM. We do a lot of packaging, corrugated machinery, and Design Group being a consulting division, we've grew from that parent company. So we do understand manufacturing, the challenges that happen. So our strategy to commercialization platform allows us to provide end-to-end solutions that are objective, that are scalable, and always focused on maximizing the client value. So we take a lot of pride in our rich heritage of understanding the manufacturer's mindset and taking a technology solution and catering it towards that mindset. So that's what we believe sets us apart in the industry because we do understand manufacturing and its challenges on a day-to-day operations level. And could you go to the next slide, please? So again, this slide builds upon the previous one. I won't bore you with a lot of the details. Again, this reinforces the deep domain expertise we have. We take that with our agile, client-centric partnership to deliver measurable commercial impact. We definitely want to listen to you, listen to our clients, understand the challenges they face, and then look at technology as a means to help enable solutions for those clients who are dealing with some challenges in how they do different things. So our integrated approach builds operations and IT so that we can provide those capital strategies and probably a holistic solution and not just a specific one, but more importantly, a solution that addresses your broader needs, a solution that caters to your broader challenges rather than putting a band-aid on a problem. So we take a lot of pride because from our background, we believe these challenges need to be looked at it from a holistic perspective. The next slide, please. So this is basically the number of design group offices across the country. We are located across the United States, in the West, in the East. We have quite a bit of presence in the Central as well. We have about 45 offices across the country and about 1,600 professionals. We also have an office in India, in Chennai. That's our office. We take a lot of pride in prioritizing our close client relationship, our hands-on support, or entrepreneurial spirit to tackle tough challenges and deliver consistent results of scale. Um, we believe in a one firm approach in how we listen to our clients and leverage the collective strengths of our consultants in the United States and also in India to provide a solution, to provide a package that caters to the broader user base. So we have the seamless integration. We broadly label that as one firm mindset. And that one firm mindset allows us to bring the strength of the organization to meet the needs of the client. Next slide, please, Vinay. So talking a little bit about that Infor XA experience, this is my last slide before I transition over to Vinay. Uh, the first thing is where I will really focus on, over 50% of our consultants have more than 20 years of ERP experience. We have about 30 team members in our XA practice, and almost 50% of those consultants have more than 20 years of ERP experience and more targeted towards XA. So we do understand XA. We have been supporting one of our larger XA install base, which is Berrimla Companies, a $4 billion company. So we've done a lot of implementation supports, upgrades over the years. And we have learned the challenges that you would have. And now taking these to Infor OS and Ion and other integration tools, we have been able to better understand the modern challenges that the clients face and how we can use our technical skills and our functional knowledge to help provide clients the solutions they need. We also have significant experience in Power BI and reporting. So it is just not in the Infor XA space. We have expanded into other areas of Microsoft stack, if you will, Power BI and reporting. So we can come in, listen, provide a holistic solution. We also have some homegrown products that we have built that extend the XA functionality. SM Plus is one of our security management products that is well received by our client base. They really appreciate the product because it extends some of the limitations in the XA product through this functionality. So we are really excited to share with you our Infor OS platform and what specifically we have been helping our clients and the solutions we have been provided. So we've taken a couple of scenarios. We'll walk you through the business case. We'll walk you through the use case. And at this point, I'll just transition over to Vinay, who will take us through the rest of the presentation. Vinay, over to you.
Thank you, Jay. So thanks, Jay and Lauren. I think I'll be talking a little bit on the Infor OS innovation. As you see in the slide, pretty much the user experience, how the data management is happening, and how the interportability about the applications, different mechanism. So in a nutshell, Infor OS stands for an Infor operating services and serves as a platform for digital transformation. So it's kind of a central point of your enterprise ecosystem where you can automate and anticipate, predict, and of course, inform all your stakeholders what they do. So kind of a very deeply integrated mechanism where we have Ion, which sits in between the applications and then transfer your data seamlessly. So on a majorly, Infor OS helps us on three major C. One is on your productivity size, where the user experience is key. So when you talk about any kind of application where you wanted to integrate two different application, whether it's an Infor application or a non-Infor application, on-prem or cloud, or it could be a hybrid model where one application is on-prem and another application is on cloud. And this helps us to do that. So it does provide you a seamless integration, kind of a very deep and tested mechanism where Infor or a non-Infor applications can be seamlessly working together. As I'll be showing you some of the Salesforce integration that we have done. So of course that's one important aspect of it, and does talk about the automation where it does help you with your some of your workflows and other things. So kind of a very blended approach on the your productivity, your process, business process management, your automation, and of course, it does give you a lot of good AI and pre-built functions using Coleman. So with that, I'll move on to the next slide, which is talking about the internet and architecture connecting Infor and non-Infor applications. So this is kind of our base of today's discussion, how we are integrating kind of an Infor applications. If you see on the left-hand side, any Infor applications, EAM, Infor LN, Infor XA, and then on the right-hand side, you can connect to any on-premise or a cloud application or a third-party software with the ION in between. So data travels from your XA applications using BOD, and that's kind of a XML payload. And then ION transfer it to the receiving body. It could be your on-prem or Azure. In our case, we'll be talking about Salesforce. And of course, you can do in between the mapping real-time basis, and the transactions are flowing between an Infor and non-Infor application, and it flows the other way around as well. So if you want to start with another application where you would like to place an order, we can definitely go and then do that. So ION is the more powerful integration platform that connects for information, simplifying the technology landscape. And then, of course, as I mentioned, it uses both hybrid and on-premise model here. So in the next example that we'll be talking over, um, is a demo that we are going to show you. Again, this is integration that we have done based on the Infor XA and Salesforce. So Infor XA in this case is a on-prem application, and this is done for a industrial equipment manufacturing company, where the XA and Salesforce are getting integrated, and of course, Ion is the middleware here, and we have done a custom API calls to enable the seamless integration. So probably some of the things. So in a nutshell, Infor is sending the master information, let's say accounts and item information, and of course the probably accounts is nothing but the say like the customer information, their bill to, their ship tools, and then once the master integration is done, Salesforce will be sending you the XA orders, which will be created in the XA side of it. So for today's demo, we'll be showing you mostly on the customer side of it and then item side of it, and then probably we can move on to that. So with that one, I'll just quickly jump to the demo. So this is the overall architecture. We'll talk a little bit technical here for a few minutes. So we are starting with the XA, which is on-prem, and then the XA board, which is nothing but the XML information getting transferred to Ion. Again, in this case, Ion is on-prem. We do have other integration where we have the cloud as well. And once the board reaches to Ion, we are calling WSDL a SOAP mechanism. And then we have a custom .NET program, which talks about, which connects to Salesforce. Again, Salesforce is expecting, Salesforce API is expecting a JSON payload. So we have done a in-between transformation with a custom wrapper and API. And then finally, data is, the payload is landing to Salesforce Cloud, which is a cloud-based system. So being said that, I'll just please start that. So again, the same thing can work pretty much. So this is the API that we have just showing these couple of APIs that we have here. And we'll just show you some of the like the ending URL, where are we getting started with. And there we have two post methods for account and items. So probably the way it works is like we post the account information, which is nothing but your customer information using Infor XA. And as we see here, this particular customer 162,801 is not there in XA at the moment. And before we do that, we have to go to a data flow. I'll just quickly talk through a little bit on the data flow. So we are starting with Infor XA, and then we are having a data uh, pretty much loading into the mapper here. And the mapping has to happen because we are publishing an XML information, and of course Salesforce is expecting a JSON payload. So there are mechanism available where you can do the mapping pretty much. So basically, if you see here, if we just quickly test it out, it is converting all the XML data to a JSON, simple JSON format, and then that the JSON will be loaded to Salesforce side of it. So you can see all the information traveling from a piece called one view. And again, I just wanted to show you that this count is not here. So this is the XA PowerLink screen where we'll be publishing the base customer. All these things will be happening automatically, but for this demo, we are just exclusively publishing it out here. So again, on the real world, it is automated way in the XA setting that customers will be published as soon as it is created or modified. So once the customer is published, we'll go back and see that information into Salesforce. So again, when we publish, it takes 30-40 seconds to travel. And again, here, see that account has been created in Salesforce. Pretty much right now, the base customer information has been created. We don't have any shipping information right now. So once the base customer is created, system will go back and publish the ship tos information. And again, here in this case, probably I think we have two ship tos. One is um, pretty much the 001, which is the default who knows XA pretty much. So we'll just quickly publish the default ship to in this case. And once the ship to is published, this will go back and update the base information of the base account information in Salesforce. You don't need to do all that. It goes automatically behind the scene. For the demo purpose, we are just walking through the step-by-step process. So again, if you see this takes a minute or two to get updated. So here, if you see here, now the shipping address is updated, and of course it is since it is a base customer information or base ship to, it goes there. So now since let's say you have multiple ship to addresses, so you can publish the other ship to as well, which will be going back and sitting next to your base customer. So you can order for your default ship to, or if you have any specific ship tos that you would like to place an order for. So again, going back here, we'll just refresh the screen. So you see that the another extension to the customer is created here with the parent entity, and then the next 999 is available here. So if you go back to that particular row, we see that the PO box number 415 is updated, which is the 999 ship to address in XA from XA probably. So that's where I think the things move from XA. So your master data is getting set up. Again, once the master data is set up, then only you should be able to do the transaction. So we'll quickly show you the product information now. So this particular item number 7055, right now it is not there in Salesforce. And I'll just show you how that document flow is managed. So we are starting from XA, then you have a custom data, then we have again the same REST API where we are doing the mapping. Pretty much the same mechanism what we did for customer side of it. So we'll quickly publish this item. Again, item information publish is also automated from XA. So some of the information that you see will be getting executed. So one thing that I just wanted to emphasize here, we are just showing you one item, but you can publish multiple items or multiple items together. Again, sometime we have to just reduce ourselves for the testing. So that's why you see only one record on that view that I was showing. And once the transaction travels from Infor XA to Ion and Ion to Salesforce, you will see the product has been created. So I think it takes sometimes if you see some of the basic information, item type, your item accounting class, of course, your dollar amount value, all will be traveling. So you see the item is created here. So you see that the price information, your UM is updated, your item class is updated. Of course, the description and other pieces are created here. So I think that's pretty much how the system travels or this information goes from XA to Salesforce. And once the master data is set up, then you can place the order. So probably we have not that covered in this demo, just to keep it a little simple and short. But this is something for the integration of Salesforce to XA. So okay, something is happening quickly. The next thing that I'll be talking about simple vendor create workflow. Again, this particular workflow is based on the IDM, the Info Document Management System. So some just to give you a background about IDM, kind of a contextual application, and it is used for showing or attaching images or any kind of a contents that you would like to attach on your metadata. That is possible using IDM. So it's kind of a your document lifecycle management application where you can manage the entire lifecycle of document within the IDM with an image or anything you see. So this particular one we have specific requirement for one of our pharma customers that they before they onboard any vendor, they would like to make sure that particular form template, which is of course a Word document, has been filled up, and then the AP personnel who will onboarding that particular one into ERP need to make sure that all the W9 and other text related information has been filled and it has been vetted out. So kind of a three-step process. If you see on the left-hand side diagram, the first point number one is like you will go and upload the document in the IDM, and I'll show you how it works. And then there'll be a workflow triggered, which will tell you to verify the information, whether everything looks okay. And then you can attach your W9 information or W9 document to that workflow. And then once he approves that, then it goes to the next AP personnel who will verify everything, and then he will create the vendor number in XA. Right now, I am showing you the mechanism which will be creating it manually, but we do have a product called Info Plus, which does it automatically. So I'll just move on to the next version of the demo here. So if you see this particular screen, this is again a cloud in for cloud portal. And this is a simple home page that we have created for this particular integration. And we're calling it as vendor creation dashboard. And then you see different widgets here, like you have alerts, notification, vendor request approval, and created XA approvals. And then you have a task list and the workflow here. So again, if you go to the applications, and then probably we can go to the IDM side of it, we'll add a document which is the vendor create request, and this one we will put the attributes here. And of course, you can control these attributes. We have dynamically decided this, that okay, these are the few things that they would need to have this particular document attached with. So we're taking BW Design Group as a vendor name for this demo purposes. And then you can simply drag and drop a form out here, or you can press that up arrow button. And then once you save it, then you have that information available for you to review. And once you save that information back, this information is saved into IDM Infor OS. And of course, the properties and other information has been updated, who is updating it, and then what time and all. And of course, there is a unique ID which is associated with this particular document. So once this is done, then automatically it triggers a workflow. So in this case, if you come back to your home page, you see a task list is created. Again, it will send you an email as well. So available on the home pages as well as on this one. So if you see this particular task, it says, please attach a W9 and other tax related information for this vendor, BW Design Group. On the attachments, you have an option to link a document or attach a document for this task. So probably we'll attach a document here. In this case, we have a predefined request, and then we'll attach a W9 document for that one. And this link will be traveling all along this workflow, so that at any point of time, once you complete this particular action, this document, both the base document as well as the W9 will move on to the the workflow. So In this case, I think it's refreshing the page. So if you see that the task is completed on the task list, and then you see on the vendor request approval widget, we have that document updated here. And again, these two widgets is based on the you know document status that we are moving in. So there is a new notification or the task is created for verify that everything is works okay, and then the new workflow or the second activity of that workflow is pretty much please create a vendor in XA manually and complete the work task by vendor BW design group. So again, this is very, very clearly visible that what needs to happen here. So somebody will go back and do that. And of course, they can verify everything. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have Code Plus application, which does this automatically. So you need to just call that IDM API to create that vendor in XA and then confirm it back. So right now it is manual, but of course you can do all those things automatically, seamlessly, and those things will travel without any manual intervention. So once this task is approved, uh, once the task is approved, vendor is created, and your basically that vendor request approval piece will be vendor created in XA widget. Again, these two widgets are very specific that we have created based on the IDM. You can put your approval comments in this case, see here. And then, of course, you can put the vendor number in this case, keeping it simple. So 12345A, and pretty much you can verify everything, or you can simply say it is done from my end. So again, this task is completed. You do have a notification right on this one, which was requested, which was approved or created, and then the data moves to this one. Again, if you see in this one, you do have a hyperlink where you can see the documents that you have attached is available for us to review and view. So pretty sleek and standard integration, very simple things moves on here and there. So this is something that we have done, and of course we can definitely do that for any kind of document for that matter. So if you see the document has gone to the moved status or the next pin. So again, you can verify all the things that whatever information you have filled in during your workflow, everything has been updated and this is available for you. So if you have a kind of a SIBA application, you can see the similar information attached to your vendor and from the context application, if some of you know that, and then this information is available for you to review at a later point of time as well. So with that one, I think I'll move on and I'll give it to Girish. Over to you, Girish, please. I'll mute
Thank you,
myself.
Vinay. So that was great. So
Just
as we
one
shared,
second.
I
I
think
need to mute.
you're able to hear. Hey, thank you, Vinay. So that was great. So as you shared, definitely InfoOS is a game changer and obviously brings tremendous value to user community and their overall business. So how can design group help you get started? So well, we have a deep integration experience using InfoOS and ION workflows. We have years of business process automation experience. If needed, we can design custom training programs combining what Infor has to offer with your unique business processes. With all this said, we understand that you may already have an Infor business partner. Design group will be happy to collaborate with your trusted partner to help you achieve your business goals. Then it's always good to start with an unmet need within your business. We can provide a custom demo for your team and get them thinking about where and how InfoOS can bring value to your organization. So thanks for attending the webinar. Before we take questions from the audience, so I would like to kick off a couple of questions on my own. So Vinay, can we do IDM workflow for any kind of document?
Yes, of course. So IDM, the way it works is like pretty much you can do for any kind of like an image or XML file, Word document, PDF, any kind of a document you can kickstart and then do the workflow for that matter. So yes, we can do that, Girish.
Also, I have one other question, like how the API integration work within Infor OS. So can we use any internal APIs as well?
Probably I would have someone. Can you answer that question? That will be appropriate.
Yeah, if you have any homegrown APIs which is hosted on premise, you can expose those on-premise APIs through Infor API gateways. You have registered through Infor API gateways, and there is a component, a couple of options with either with Cloud Connector or Enterprise Connector. You should be able to get your on-premises API as a cloud API through InfoWise.
Great, thank you. Let me open the session for questions from the audience. Please unmute yourself and you can definitely ask questions to the presenters.
Don't see any questions at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, so if there are no additional questions, this concludes today's webinar. Okay, so thank you very much for attending. This session is recorded. We will, as Lauren mentioned earlier, so we will email the recording link to all the registrants and will be posted on Barry Wimler Design Group YouTube channel too. So I would like to thank our presenters and panelists for making this informative webinar, and thanks to our audience for participating in today's session. We hope you found today's event valuable and that you will return our future Barry Wimler Design Group hosted webinars. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.